Alright, well. My laptop's being a jerk again. I want to make sure the mic isn't doing that squeaky thing it sometimes does at random. But as long as it's not, I'm going to... So, I debated. Okay. So it's not doing that squeaky thing. Okay, well, so last night I like replayed, we got owned and I was like, that's it, I'm going to bed or whatever, and then I ended up not falling asleep, so I started playing again a little bit. And I decided I was gonna just like quickly get through whatever I had done. Accidentally ended up doing the star map and not recording it at all, and so, you know, it wasn't actually that long, so if I skip things that I know that we witnessed, like, fully yesterday, I think we can do it in, like, 15 minutes and be done. So I'm gonna redo. I think this is the right save then to redo. Yeah, right before... Oh, wait a minute. Is this right before we get owned? Oh no, I already... This is the wrong one. Load game. So what did we... So... This is the one that I figured or whatever. I don't know why this is there. But this is like... Oh, okay. So this is like the dark side points and stuff I got upset about. So I can redo this part and then go back, I guess. We don't have Jolie at all yet, though. That's what sucked. Alright, well, we'll just do it. Okay.
Who are you? Another sip? I don't make deals, and I don't persuade easily, so go back tops. Crazy. If you made it this far, you know a fair bit. Besides you, it's not much. It's not worth instead. Good.
You want anything, you'll have to talk to the commander. He's in... Why am I here? I'm here because this is where the commander told me to stand. And that's all there is to it. I'm not... No more... I really need to get out of here.
I got dark side points. Fuck me.
I'll make an example of you.
I don't... Wasn't it an option to just persuade him? God damn it. This is not a good start.
Who are you? Another...
I guess I do have to read a little bit.
If you... It's not... No, good.
You want anything, you'll have... Why, I'm just... I'm not... I don't... What up? I don't like being here. That's enough of the...
take their stuff first.
On it. Done. On it. Done.
You want anything, you'll have to... Why am I here? I'm just... What do you want to... I don't like being here. That's enough of those...
What?
Alright. I didn't know about that. So hey, welcome. I see some
Run!
people are watching.
Run!
Feel free to say hello. The stream is pretty delayed, it seems, but I'm paying attention. I mean, in between cursing when I do something wrong. It's gonna be a trick.
Your wish?
Get stuck on nothing.
Welcome back. I wonder, have you had much luck? Have you done as I asked? Yes, I could feel it as you walked near, and I don't sense the smell of death on you. You spared them. Interesting. Wasn't there? I suppose not, but the environment would say otherwise if it could talk. No matter. Yes, of course. Let's get moving. I noticed the old path some time ago. You probably wouldn't have found them on your own. There's also a Zerka repulsor field blocking the way, past the poacher camp, and on the other...
This is the way I went, right? Yeah.
And you
This is
need...
terrible. I have to do so much again. I don't remember what I gave him. Oh, it's lagging again. Frozen screen. I'm leveling him up, and of course it's not going to show that, right? But it shows the mouse moving. That's so weird. Hope that fixes it. There we go, I did fix it. Jeez. Lame. Okay, let's try and go faster. Okay, just got on the sword. Actually, we need to. Do I have that finished? I know what happened, and we know what happened to them too, so I have to go back. Because, so I remember what happens is if you finish with all the Wookiee stuff, you get back up and the Wookiees are doing their thing to get rid of Zerka, and that means that Matt and Eli are not there anymore, so I can't just go back to the Ebon Hawk. You gotta be kidding me. Where's the basket? Okay, this way. Hey Ben Hackman, how you doing? Okay. And we're going up the elevator, or the basket, or the whatever platform on a rope. I still can't return to the fucking Ebon Hawk. I'm gonna have to run the whole way there. Guess so. Why is there stuff here again? Go hit somebody.
How'd you like that? What? How'd you like that?
What?
And you need?
Friggin' droid I turned on and didn't help me. Yeah, I got everything. Alright, let's just go talk to them. What a stupid long run for like no reason. For one quest to not get screwed up. What's this?
Karth! Karth Onesi, is that you?
Jordo?
It is you, isn't it? I knew it when I laid eyes on you. You old space dog. How've you been? I thought for sure you'd be fighting on some ship out there.
I was. I crashed.
That's pretty rich. I can't imagine what it would take to keep you on the ground. Must have something to do with your pretty friend here, hey? How do you do, miss?
So what are you doing here, Jordo? Last time I saw you was on, well,
Telos, actually.
Yeah, it's a shame about home. Tilo still hasn't recovered. The family and I moved on, and I'm working for Zerka now. I didn't see you after... what I mean is, my condolences on your wife. I heard what happened. At least your boy made it through all right.
My boy? You mean Dustle?
Yes, of course. I saw him at my last stop on Korriban. Though he didn't recognize me. You didn't know he was there?
No. Jordo, Dustle's been missing since the attack on Telos. Are you absolutely certain it was him?
Yeah, I'd recognize Dustil anywhere. Positive. He's joined the Sith, Garth.
What do you mean he's joined the Sith?
There's an academy for the Sith on Korriban. He's a student there. I saw him suited up in their outfit and everything. Sorry, I thought you knew.
No, I didn't. Well, thanks for telling me, Jordo.
Sure, no problem. Good to see you again, Karth. Hope everything works out with Dustil.
Dustil? Dustil is alive. We have to go to the Korriban Academy and find him. Thank you. I just have to see him. I have to know what happened to him. All this time I thought he was... I mean, he must be a man by now.
All right. And you got me turned around.
I think you better talk to Eli directly. He's the boss.
Hello again.
Valued.
You hurt me, Matson.
Droid head on Kashyyyk? Let me see that.
It's nothing. I'm certain. Just garbage from the forest floor.
Mere rubbish. It's DAO2, the repair droid from my ship. What was this doing in the forest? Eli, you snake. You said my crew jacked the ship without paying the repair bill.
Well, that is... It's not how it looks. You see, a good mechanic is hard to find, and...
And what? I thought I owed you. You tricked them into the Shadowlands and killed them while I fixed your freighter in orbit.
Now keep your head, Matt, and it was just business.
Shitty business. Eyes is black screen. What? Okay, I don't know why this is black screen, but one sec while I scream. I seriously think it's just stuck. Oh no, got spinning death. Oh good. Oh, I have to do all of that all over again. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not doing that all over again for one quest. No way. No way. No way. No way. We're gonna start at the other whatever. That was depressing. I started that other point. Wherever that was, we're gonna start that other part. I just gonna know. I just don't know which. I already did all of that stuff. Okay. Right? I think I did. Wait, where am I going? Oh, cool. I have to go all the way over here, huh? Okay, let's do it. Oh. Did I log the... I did discover... Okay, so we just missed that one and some fighting, I guess. Whatever. I don't care. Juhani already blames me, and now I gotta go get that your son's on Korriban thing for Karth, and do the thing with Eli and Matten, and this way. And I gotta do that before I talk to the Wookiees. Oh, I might not be able to do that because Freyr was here or something. Shit. Evenoh, our spies say that the Mad Claw was sent to kill us on his way to Grol. Should have followed the will of Chundar. Now you will face his oh, I guess I can't do that.
Let's go! You asked for this! How'd you like that?
Go over there!
How'd you like that? Let's go!
This basket does not really accurately express what this is. Having seen Gorwu can operate the basket, you understand it well enough to use it yourself. Raise it up. Raise it up! I like Jordy a lot. Ah, fuck! There's no way to not go. that's just great. Everyone's here now. It's a reunion. Yes, son. By the blade of Bacchus' sword, I've come to end your treachery. No more will you sell your own people. You have Bacchus' blades, so what? I have the hilts, held by each true chieftain in recent memory. Even you claimed it was all important. We both have our ancient trinkets, so who will the people follow now? You? You are old and weak. Shut up, both of you. This ends today. I will not see you suffer anymore. You tell them, Zalba. I don't know what to do, Evenoh. Chundar has been telling me things. He makes sense, I think. I don't know. Do you have to fight? Talk it through. Could we work together? It would be difficult. Convince them. Avoid this needless slaughter. And so be it. The fighting stops here. I will not have our world destroyed. Something. Perhaps there is hope. What you say? What say you, Chundar? What do I say? I still have Zerka support. I say you will die. Attack! Light side points gained. Let's go on.
You asked for this! Let's go! How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
How'd you like that? Jolie is kind of standing there. Zalbar's in the way. We have done it. I am saddened that it had to come to this, but I couldn't let it continue. That's right, Mad Claw. Mad Claw, Daddy-o. Zalbar, my son, I am truly sorry. You have suffered a great shame. I was blind. I have no excuse. I can forgive Jesus! Tap his head. I can forgive Father. I have learned a lot over the years. What will you do now, Zalbar? Returning home has lifted a great weight from my mind, but it has been painful as well. You have a place by my side, Zalbar. I would be honored if you would take it. I can't. Not yet. I'm just getting used to being free, and not just from enslavers. And I have a life debt. Now that my life is truly my own again, honoring that agreement is all the more important. Listen to my son. His insight humbles me. Take that good judgment with you. All the planets will come to revere Wookiee wisdom. What we do about the slavers, we will fight them. It will be difficult. But I swear they won't take another one of my people without bloodshed. I'll send quick climbers to other villages and try to rally a defense. We must guard against this ever happening again. You will be the last outsider welcomed here for a very long time. That is a change for the better, I think. Okay. I think it's time I was leaving. Perhaps before you go, I must see to your reward. You have done us a great service. Kashyyyk will remember you well past your lifetime. Because of you, I am reinstated as chieftain. We will return to the old ways when honor and trust of kin ruled above all else. I am not sure there is a reward that accurately reflects the value of what you have done. Our world is changed because of you. I have a request, Father. I have thought about it a great deal. It's so hidden, but I would like Bacchus' sword. That would be fitting, I think. Well, that is quite a request. I am tempted to say no, but perhaps I should consider it an investment. Zalbar, do you understand what this will mean? It is the legacy of our people, held by chieftains and future chieftains. I understand. I want this, Father. I'll bring it back one day. I have no doubt. Let the two halves of the blade be made one. My son shall hold Bacchus' sword. Oh, I think it's because I took Karth out maybe last time. Or you
What?
just like tell. She can't.
What?
Pretty sure there's like a revolt happening now. Alright, gotta go with the slaver Wookiee. What he's saying. Probably go away. Leave the boy alone, please. What? Sure. It looks like Jax. I think so. Anyway, I'm not sure. On Roar War's body, then he's dead, but he can't be. Don't listen. Hey, I'm a girl! Outsiders only lie when their mouths are open. You know that. No, he doesn't. You don't say another thing to him. You want to lie, you lie to me outside. Leave the boy alone, please. He wants to talk to me. It's not for you to decide. You can possibly understand how this affects my people or me. Do what you must. The holder of laws will decide my fate in proper with the tradition.
What?
She can move again. How often I try to open boxes I've already opened. Hi, what's up? Yo, do you know this bolt case? Let's see if the family insignia is there. Yes, there it is. This belongs to Jarek. Or how did you get it? Found Jarek's bolt casing on Roar War's corpse. Oh my, that is very distressing. It definitely seems to suggest that Jarek helped in Roar War's death. I can't ignore it. Wait here, outsider. I must address this. I will have Jarek over here. I hope you can explain this. I really do. Jarek, you know why I've been summoned here as holder of the laws. I ask you to explain. I won't answer. I can't. Rosner will be here. Warwell has a bond with War. He is the closest to family that can be found. He's entitled to be here. Jarek, please speak. If you are guilty, it means death. This outsider will be given your possessions. Do you want that? Jarek, won't you say anything in your own defense? I killed War. I will accept whatever punishment is given. It's better if only my honor is tainted. You did do it? Why? It looks good and honorable. Why did you kill him? What? What are you talking about? Liar! Please, don't tell them anything. Roar is admired. They need to believe in him. I'm old. I'm not important. Let Warwolf and the others have their help. Explain yourself, Lisa. There's information that will affect this trial. Must know. Don't listen to these outsider lies, please. Warwolf won't listen. No, that's not. That can't be. John, that can't be. I'm sorry, Warwolf. I didn't want you to know. So much is against us. You need someone to look up to. Don't let him betray you. Betray everyone. Outsiders are enough of a threat by themselves. We don't need traitors of our own. See how this will keep you interesting time? Do you see how important we consider these things even now? Well, as ruler of the laws, I declare Jarek innocent. I will see to your release. I must say that you are the first outsider that I have been glad to know. You have surprised me. Perhaps some of you are capable of honoring you are deserving of your reward. My reward? What reward? What did it explain? As the person that discovered the crime, you were also affected by it. You would have been given a portion of Jarek's possessions. But he was innocent. Or, however, was not. Or was wealthy. His family was taken by slavers, leaving him everything. You get one of this. Or will receive the rest if he wishes. He's still upset, but he is young. He will recover. Can I ask you for nothing that you come up with? Warren's crime is causing a bit of a stir, but it will pass in time. Some of us will be disappointed in him, but we have other enemies to worry about. Goodbye to you. I wish there was like a log of... Is there a log of what I actually just got? No, not really. Oh, look how beautiful I am! Woo! I'm so pretty! So pretty! Karth is good though. I wish I could see what was happening. I just wish that you hadn't seen us at our worst. It would be so much better. We must be. Oh my god. I still thank you. I just need some time to think about things. Okay, big guy, you go first then. Who the hell is she? Remember how I said 20 minutes? This does not feel like... I had like bad shit happen, restart, failed to do some stuff. Yeah, they're fighting. What can I do? Come back for them? Like, will the quest come back? Because the quest is now gone. Yeah, it's gone. Newfound courage of the Wookiees has put a premature end to whatever businessman and Eli had between them. They have like stuff I could have gotten or something too, supposedly. That really bothers me. Looks like they're gone.
Yeah, what do you want? Hey, there anything else? Hey, don't worry. A real warrior, no. There anything else? We fought against the Republic forces for some time, over the course of many battles. At the start, they were not much of a threat to speak of. But once the Jedi Revan took charge, things began to turn against us. The Republic fleets began to use more than just basic tactics. Feints, counterattacks, mass deceptions. Revan was a genius on the field. Revan abandoned worlds of their defenders so that others would be too fortified to strike, and was willing to make sacrifices in order to advance goals. And in the end, Revan proved too much for us.
Whoops, Revan proved too much for us.
The Sith had gone, retreated into their empire. They sealed themselves off from the rest of the galaxy. We thought it would be centuries before they'd come back. It's amazing that they could rebuild their fleet so fast. But at the time, it looked like the galaxy was in our grasp. I still remember that final battle in the skies above Malachor 5. the two fleets filling the space around it, outshining the stars. It was not your ships, or your men, or your vaunted fight for freedom that won this, the final battle of the war. It was by the actions of one person, the Jedi Revan, that you prevailed. His strategies and tactics defeated the best of us. Even Mandalore himself was taken aback by the ferocity of his attacks, the tenacity of his defenses, and the subtleties of his plans. He fought us to a standstill, and then began pushing back. We really didn't have a chance. It was what we had wanted all along, in a way. We wanted to fight the best, in a battle that would be remembered for centuries. And we did. And Revan won. I don't hold a grudge against Revan, and neither do any of my people. It was the greatest moment of my life to be in that battle. If Revan had been a Mandalorian, nothing in the galaxy would have stopped us. But wishing for the past to be different is useless. Better look to the future, as we should now. We'll talk more later, I think. Is there something else you want to know?
Nope.
Your choice.
Statement. Affirmative. If you believe your request. Statement. Now close the last statement. But I need those circuits, Master. Please, Master, do not destroy my chips out of frustration. Calm yourself. I implore you. Supplication. Perhaps it would be...
Thanks.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master. As...
Yes. What is it? I was remembering Taris. No, it's all right. I think I am over the worst of it. I apologize again for lashing out at you. It was not your fault. It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels, and the meager pay doing back-breaking labor. There were none. Bad enough to be a race that is feared and hated by humans, but to be one that is strange and different, even among non-humans? But living was hard enough, without the stigma of being from a lost race. There was always the danger of Rakuls coming up from the sewers, or more mundane predators living and working in the area. My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets, and whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford. And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens, lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived, and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human. The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order, the one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians, she was human. I suppose I see something of her in you when I look... I am sorry. I am getting away from my point. If there even was one. Sometimes
I just cut off.
I curse the day my parents fled to Taris. But then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today. Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic. To save the galaxy, if we can.
Cool. Alright. Big Z! Let's go find mission. Come on, Basil and Karth, and get the hell off this rock.
Hey there. What can I do for you? Don't worry. Okay.
Like, you'd think Mission could at least interact a little bit about Big Z, like her buddy. Oh well.
How can I help?
Then I suggest...
Yes, what's on your mind? Oh, it's nothing, sorry. I told you my wife died 4 years ago. I've just been trying to remember what she looked like. It shouldn't be so difficult. I can remember things about her, things she did, the way she smiled, what her hair smelled like. Our last fight, just not her face. I try and hold it in my head, but it's gone. I know, is that strange? Maybe I shouldn't be talking to you about this. But I should be able to remember her face. It's frustrating. I feel like I'm losing her. It must look really strange for me to be obsessing like this still. You must think I'm incredibly stupid. Well, I suppose you're probably right, but I have to do it anyway. The only thing that's kept me going since she died has been the need to find Saul and kill him. It's better to think about that than anything else. If I can do that, then maybe I can let her go. Let it all go. If we encounter Saul, if we ever have the chance, promise me that I'll be the one to kill him. I have to settle this. I need to. Whether it does or not, that's the way it has to be. I guess there's no need to discuss it until then.
Shit, now he's mad at me. Alright. So, we know because it happened about Karth's son on Korriban, but since this version didn't have that, I guess we should go to, like, well, we were gonna meet Basil's mother on Dantooine. Maybe that would help. We could go to, like, Manon or something, too, afterwards. See what happens. Because we've already been to Keshi. We're here. Oh, we're gonna leave. We haven't been to Korriban, but we've been to Tatooine. We got off Dantooine. We checked out Yavin. So I have 2 out of the 4 star maps. Okay, let's go here. Some more viewers. Nobody's saying hello though. Is this like my chat isn't working or whatever? We can enjoy this quietly if you want. I may not be quiet, but you guys can be if you want. Oh, cutscene that might not work where we're just leaving Kesher. Oh, it's Malik. The back of Malik's head, actually. And an underling is coming up to him.
Calo Nord is dead, Lord Malik. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Calo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malik?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend.
Grand entrance of Darth Bandon. Ooh, who just like flings people around and blows stuff up. Just because he can. He's got like a stupid mustache beard thing. Really wish the cutscenes
Find Bastila and
like
bring
stream.
her to me, alive if possible.
As you command, Master.
As long as it comes back and works, I guess it's not that bad. And I guess we're landing on... Where did I go? Tatooine? Yeah. It's really good. 2003? This was on the Xbox. I remember thinking, holy shit, this game just looks so amazing. And you know, I know it's not like we see now, but it still stands up.
How can I help?
Ugh.
Then I suggest...
Alright, we need Bastila. I'm gonna bring an HK-47. Nah, I'll bring Karth. Maybe I'll bring Johnny. I don't know. Or bring Jolie, see what happens. If the Jedi Council are like, hey, crazy man. Even though he has joined your group, Jolie remains a somewhat mysterious character. Maybe you should speak to him about why he chose to come with you. Oh yeah, that's right. Where the fuck was he on the ship? I forgot. Let's speak to him.
Got something on your mind, dude? You got yourself a fast little ship? I'd forgotten what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an Uller in mating season. Ugh, frightful. Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing? I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha. No, but it could be. An Anduvian salt tablet would clear that right up, you know. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. Andor Vex was his name. The Force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
I never heard of him.
No, you wouldn't have. Sometimes swirling force is just swirling force. It gets us old Jedis excited at our age, so we go, ooh, destiny. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall. I don't know. Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment on it. We're talking about Andor, remember? Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
Wait, what?
Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time, they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand. Swirling force, remember? Jedi here. Granted, I was just interpreting the signs, but we get trained in that sort of thing, more or less. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed, too, or those could have just been gurgling noises. No, well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
You're kidding.
Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you? Well, hey, the chances may not be great, but when one has the opportunity to see something like that twice in a lifetime... Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
Okay, I didn't even want to have this conversation right now, but sure.
I hear that the Sith have defeated
I hear that the Sith tortured Jedi prisoners until they give in.
Mucha shaka paka. I don't think I want any of this stuff unless I see something special. Which, when I scroll that fast, probably I can't. Alright, I don't remember where this bitch's mother is gonna be. So I guess I'll just go wander. Oh, maybe by those rooms or something? Oh, they're so cute. Okay, bad though. I thought I was in the hallway. Little lost. Oh, Jolie's just running past now. Jesus. Did you guys see Basila's mom?
Greetings, young Padawan. Have you come? As chronicler, you should ponder the history. This was the you. May the.
I I guess she's not here yet.
You must not fail in your mission. Find the star map.
But beware that dark side. Bastilla will guide you, but she herself is young and new to the ways of the Jedi. You must help her as much as she helps you.
The fate of the galaxy is in your hands, young Padawan. We pray you are up to the challenge. May the Force be with you.
Shen Matali and Raheja San.
Oh, this sucks. Now what can I do? What about Bastila's mother? Oh, once the mission's done, okay. I went the wrong way.
Haku? Ronda di hodonga kun hunkabi. Ka chi kun ida hodonga. Iking mujashak. Jidu ba the one.
I guess that was it. Okay, let's go. Where is everyone? How could they have gotten that far? Just gonna do random things with all the armor. Oh yeah, oh, I think he's in the med bay or something. Or this room? Is he in this room? Yeah.
Got something on your mind? No, I... Elusive? Me elusive? Obviously, you've never tried to grab a Twi'lek dancing girl after drinking too much Onderan Willick juice. At any rate,
No, I've
I
never
already
done that.
told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on. To bed. I'm old and tired, you know.
No, really.
How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters and the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
No, but you could do that on your own.
So I could. Well, not having a ship does tend to put a damper on that kind of idea, however. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
You know what my destiny is?
Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you. But, I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick. Your future will come of its own accord, trust me. Sometimes navel-gazing at it doesn't get you anywhere. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. That can't be all bad. Nomi, Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day.
I don't know, you're cool.
Nonsense. If I ever refused to help you when you asked, how confused can one person be anyway? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo!
Okay.
Got something on your... Well, I suppose I could whip... Well, not...
Neat.
Got something on your... How many could you... Got something on your mind? I have no idea what you're talking about, Ramble Rat. What do you say?
Okay, he's helpful. I feel like there is something to do other than, yeah, kill them all. Alright, so we'll go to Manon. Hopefully on Manon, someone will say something to Karth, and then I'll have a reason to go to Carbon with Karth and have Karth freak out, and I think that would be fun. Because I want Karth to fall in love with me, but I also want to torture him, I guess. I don't know. Oh man, it's freaking. We're like skipping. Whatever, we're leaving dance meeting. Flying, cutscenes, landing, cutscenes, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I'm dreaming. Eyes partly open, dreaming. It's very creepy. There's like lights on it. Oh, this city is actually really pretty. It looks like the cities in Jacques Fresco's, like all his designs from the Venus Project. You know, unfortunately, rest in peace, I guess, because he's gone. But it looked like the Venus Project stuff. So I guess we're gonna talk about it now.
You felt it, yes? Another vision? The Force continues to work through us, showing us the star maps unearthed by Revan Malak. It is strange that anyone would have built a star map here. The entire surface of Manon is covered by nothing but vast oceans.
It looked like the star map was underwater. Oh, that is what that was. Okay.
It is possible. The ocean floor is vast, and much of it is uncharted, even by the native Selkath. But how could Revan and Malak have found their way down? No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
How can I help?
Then I...
Yes, what's on your mind?
Karth.
You mean if I kill him?
Yes.
Well, I never thought about it. I suppose I always assumed that I would be dead once Saul was.
Why? What kind of risks do you plan on taking?
Understand that whenever I envisioned taking on Saul in the past, it was always as the captain of my own ship, or alone. In those cases, I would risk everything. But I'm not in that same situation now. I wouldn't risk hurting you or the others. You don't think I would throw away everything we're doing here, do you? I would like to think that I wouldn't put you in danger, that I wouldn't forget that there's more behind Saul that needs to be stopped. If I saw Saul, however, if I had the chance, I don't know what I'd do. I really don't. I mean, his death has been my entire focus for so long. Well, that's easier said than done, but I know you mean well. I promise you I'll see this through, no matter what. As for what comes afterward, well, let's wait until I know that I'm around to see it.
You should fall in love with me.
Yes,
Do it.
what's on your mind?
Do it.
Manon's a neutral world. They're the only source of Kolto, the healing fluid, and they use that to remain free from both the Republic and the Sith. Well, that's all I can think of, at any rate.
Okay, that wasn't very helpful.
You got it.
Certainly not helping fall in love with me. I guess I'm gonna go outside and explore. I don't know what I should take. Definitely have to take cars. Candra's is fun. HQ-47 would be fun. They're all fun. I don't know. Let's add Jolie. Because he's new. I think originally on the Xbox, like, I was having trouble, like, selecting the different planets, and I got annoyed, and I just kind of, like, whatever, first thing I can get it to change to, or something, and I ended up on Manon first. Leaving Auto City Security Zone, cameras deactivated. What the fuck's happening? What just happened? Entering Auto City Security Zone. Cameras activated. This is weird.
You Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the Galactic Senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The Senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around, the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many, many ways to fulfill your wish.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude.
I'm not a master yet, but okay.
No, really, I should apologize. I should try to control myself, as you Jedi do. Is there anything I can help you with? Well, these damn Sith are everywhere on Manon, pushing us Republic citizens around, trying to goad us into breaking the law somewhere. Yeah, the Selkath want to maintain their neutrality in this war we're fighting with the Sith, and they enforce it very strictly. So we just have to sit here and let the Sith insult us, and we can't raise a hand against them. Otherwise, the Republic will face severe Kolto export restrictions, and that could lose us the war altogether. You're joking, right? I'm sorry, but everyone knows what Kolto is. It's the most powerful healing agent in the galaxy. I would have died several times myself if we didn't have this stuff handy. But the reason it's important here is that Kolto is only found naturally on Manon, and all of our attempts to synthesize it have failed miserably. So, we sit here on the surface, the Selkath harvesting what Kolto bubbles up from the bottom of the ocean, and we buy it from them. Well, us and the Sith, of course. The Selkath don't want to play favorites. The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling Kolto to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of Kolto on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require? A star map? Like an ancient artifact or something? No, I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Tell me about Auto City.
It's big. Real big. Actually, it's pretty much the only real city on the entire world. The only place for us air breathers, anyway. Manan is a water world, which you may have noticed on your way down to land here, inhabited natively by a species of fish people called the Selkath. They built this city to cater to us off-worlders, and as a base of operations to export Kolto, which is the only real thing they have to trade here. The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling Kolto to everyone that, but I think they're underestimating the link. Is there anything else you would...
I think we're done.
Of course. If you have any other questions... Oh, if you don't have a pleasant...
Okay. Now that we're here, first I want to save. Next, I'm gonna very, very quickly go get some more water. 1 sec. Okay, let's deal with some Kolto or whatever, and I don't know, let's find that star map. Any loot, 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 loot? Loot? No. Later. Can't go through there. Oh, that's for Karth, right?
Karth? Karth Onesi, is that you?
Jordo?
It is you, isn't it? I knew it when I laid eyes on you. You old space dog. How have you been? I thought for sure you'd be fighting on some ship out there.
I was. I crashed.
That's pretty rich. I can't imagine what it would take to keep you on the ground. Must have something to do with your pretty friend here, hey? How do you do, miss?
Nice to meet you.
So what are you doing here, Jordo? Last time I saw you was on, well, Telos, actually.
Yeah, it's a shame about home. Telos still hasn't recovered. The family and I moved on, and I'm working for Zerka now. I didn't see you after... what I mean is, my condolences on your wife. I heard what happened. At least your boy made it through all right.
My boy? You mean Dustle?
Yes, of course. I saw him at my last stop on Korriban, though he didn't recognize me. You didn't know he was there?
No. Jordo, Dustle's been missing since the attack on Telos. Are you absolutely certain it was him?
Yeah, I recognize Dustle anywhere. Positive. He's joined the Sith, Garth.
What do you mean he's joined the Sith?
There's an academy for the Sith on Korriban. He's a student there. I saw him suited up in their outfit and everything. Sorry, I thought you knew.
No, I didn't. Well, thanks for telling me, Jordo.
Sure, no problem. Good to see you again, Karth. Hope everything works out with Dustle.
Dustle? Dustle is alive. We have to go to the Korriban Academy and find him. Thank you. I just have to see him. I have to know what happened to him. All this time I thought he was... I mean, he must be a man by now.
Okay, great. Greetings, humans, and welcome to the Auto City Visitors Provisional Stand. We are here to provide visitors with all manner of indigenous goods and products produced from the Mayan. We carry all manner of goods and provisions, and have contacts with resellers across the world to provide you, the customer, the best shopping experience possible. How is it that the Auto City Provisional Company can help you today? Auto City is the center of trade and commerce for all of Manan. Indeed, for the entire sector. It is the only known source of culture in the galaxy, and thus one of its most important worlds. The city was constructed by Selkirk, so that other races and cultures can experience the wonders that Manan has offered. Tell me about Manan. Manan is the homeworld of Selkirk. It is here that our race has lived and thrived for uncounted millennia. With our valuable supply of culture, we have become an important player in intergalactic politics. We have taken an equal stance in the current galactic war between the Sith and the Republic, and we believe that violence is not a permanent solution. Is there another way in which I can assist you? Let's see your individual. Of course, the Auto City Visitors Provisional Stand is here to service you, the customer. Could use more than the advanced med packs, but whatever. Take another repair kit, I guess. This isn't the way I just came, is it? No. What's happening? Oh!
Enough time to listen to your stories. I've got a full shipment of Colto ready to load before my shift is over. We've got all the proper Colto trading permits, so back off.
This looks cool. I forgot how big this city is for, like, no reason.
On it. Damn!
Yeah, I have to get in there later or something. Okay! Oh. People thought, like, let's make everything really far for really no reason. Yeah, what do you want? Who are you? My name is Julian, just a traveling Kazakh player with a special story to tell. Are you interested in the game? Not really. The game sucks. Oh, it's far away. God, this place sucks. I have to get a star map from here? I can't even get remotely near the water yet.
Obey the laws here on Manan, human.
Welcome to Manan. You are here. I can still follow the rules governing the activities of all foreigners. The single most important law in Manan is very simple. Cultural smuggling is punishable by death. If you're carrying any unprocessed culture, you better have it. Okay. The other rule is also very simple. Keep the peace. You're in Manan, you maintain careful neutrality. You react very harshly to people who jeopardize our neutral status. Any confrontations between the Sith and the Republic are dealt with swiftly and dismissed. Is this understood? Sure.
I heard the Sith are trying to work on a synthetic version of Kolto.
Precious Republic's days are numbered. It won't be long until Malak turns his armada loose on Coruscant itself.
Save your empty threats, Sith scum. Malak isn't stupid enough to attack the core worlds, now with the entire Republic fleet waiting for him.
You're a fool. When the Sith descend on Coruscant, our numbers will block out the sun itself. The galactic senators will collapse trembling in fear and beg for mercy at Malak's feet.
You underestimate the Republic's resolve. We'll die before we surrender Coruscant.
That can be arranged. Remember what happened to Taris. Malak could do the same to the core worlds.
He wouldn't dare.
Now it is you who underestimate our resolve.
There are cell camps everywhere, but you choose to speak with me. Am I so different? I think I have answers that others do not. Answers? What are you talking about? These are strange times to sleep in the Republic. Battles to control the galaxy. But their war destroys what they both seek to progress. War sows fear and confusion. People are lost. They want guidance, direction. They have questions, and they want answers. That is why I am here. I too seek answers to what? Republic, the Sith, the war, everything, nothing. Answers are always hard to find when questions are unclear. But that does not stop us from searching. Who are you? A name? There is power in names, yet in the end, a name alone means less than nothing. I am Jules, a traveler from the world of Duro. What is your name, human? My name is Evenoh. Evenoh. Now we know something about each other, but really, we still know nothing. What do you want with me? Sunny Beck gave me a message to see you. Sunny Beck? This name means nothing to me. Are you sure this person told you anything? It is very strange. Obviously, there must be some mistake. Or maybe this is a joke. I doubt anyone named Sunny Beck told you to bring your companions. Come speak with me. He gave me this data pad. It mentions the Genohara. Speak like a fool. You should at least have the sense not to do I believe we should end this discussion. Don't embarrass him further. Oh, it'll have to be by myself. Okay, we'll figure that out later. Why do you gotta be human? I didn't know I should speak to you.
Laboda na winki smak doma. Jiska soki kupa bona na chachu. Chawa tuka ulwa. Laboda na winki smak doma. Jiska soki kupa bona na chachu. Uba batu konchi. Jiska
Oh wait, can I change the party now? Oh. Oh, it's stuck again. Such a pain in the ass. Return. Was our business so unfinished in the last book? What does it want? Saying do not think you will come, but I better even know. It is good that you have come along, for if you ever come with others, I want to get to know these things. I am Gulis of the Genoharadam, a secret society of bounty hunters. For 1,000 generations we have existed. We have always been beneath an We are shadow, darkness, and night. We are less than a whisper or a thought. We have managed to keep our existence a secret far longer than most If you are ever foolish enough to tell me about this meeting or the Genoharadam's existence, they would not believe me. They would probably think I'm paranoid or mentally unstable. Not even those closest to you know we have approached you. If you ever speak to me around any of your companions, I will discuss Genoharadam. Understand Evenoh? Please speak the truth. Remember this. If you ever betray us, this opportunity will be lost forever. Few among the galaxy have ever heard of the Genoharadam. They never see us, never know we are there. They do not know we exist. If you do not follow our rules, we will vanish and we will be like all the others. You will never see us again. We will never be figment of your imagination. If you swear to keep the secrets of our order, you will burn a forbidden society only to a handful throughout, not only to a handful throughout the galaxy. Okay, sure, but excellent, Evenoh. We have high hopes for you in the guild. You keep yourself over and listen closely, and I will give you your first glimpse into our secret world. We Genoharadam are an ancient guild of elite bounty hunters. For thousands of years, we have been at work for the galaxy, hunting targets in near total secrecy. Does anybody hire you? Nobody knows you exist. The highest quarters of power, a handful of people know we exist and how to contact us. Of course, these people are smart enough to keep this knowledge kept the dark secret. Very rare occasions when we are seeking new clients. One of our guild masters will approach a powerful political figure and offer our services when the time is right. Captain Kalonor. You have great potential. The General Harden could use someone like you if you are willing. And your work for us could be of great aid to the Republic. How will killing innocent people help the Republic? Innocent people are innocent, and the General Harden will only accept a contract with targets that suits our greater goals. Goals that often match those of the Republic. General Harden didn't have a vested interest in preserving the Republic. It is the perfect cover for our work. We operate behind the scenes, manipulating events, so machination. Do you think the Republic has persisted for 15,000 years by your accident? If not for our influence, distasteful as our methods may seem to some, the Republic would have collapsed long ago. We understand the bureaucracy of the Republic. We learned how to alter the course of political events under the existing regime. We have no wish to see the Republic fail. Oh my God, he's talking so long. That is one of the reasons our existence has remained secret for so long. We once believed in a secret society, including rumors and myths of our existence are dismissed as paranoid fantasies, but we do exist. And we have fantastic children. As I said earlier, your efforts here will help the Republic, and by aiding us, you will earn the right to join an exclusive organization with the power to alter the course of the Black History. And of course, as the country's reborn, General Harden will reward their aid very well. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it. This is the last you'll see of me, or any of General Harden, for a while. Oh, man. I guess I'm not supposed to do that? I hope not. I don't know. Would I have gotten dark side points for it? Oh, I'm gonna look it up. Alright, let's see where else we can go.
Welcome to Manan. I'm Roland Wan. As the official representative of the Republic Embassy on this planet, I'm here to help all citizens of the Republic should they require aid. Oh, of course. Of course I'll do whatever I can. But I'm only a simple diplomatic representative of the Republic. I doubt I can be of any use to the Jedi Council. An ancient and forgotten race. And you think it may be here on Manan? Well, perhaps. But if you want to get information about that, you'll have to do something for me first. We were using a submersible reconnaissance droid in the ocean surrounding Ahto City, and it was damaged. It took a data recording of the outside of the city before being driven off by the Faraxan sharks, but while it was returning to the surface, it encountered difficulties and was disabled. Its automatic systems floated it to the surface, but we could not retrieve it in time. The Sith were applying subtle pressure to the Selkath authorities for some reason we've not determined, and were able to delay us long enough that they could retrieve the droid before we did. The droid's data centers are heavily encrypted, so it will take the Sith several days, we believe, to get to its data. It was captured 12 hours ago. It is imperative that we get it back. It's intelligence information about Sith activities on Manon, as well as some oceanographic reports on the local marine life. It's heavily guarded, we're sure, in the Sith embassy here on Manon. Since we have no remaining soldiers to spare, and certainly not our elite ones, we have no one capable of entering the Sith base and retrieving it. That is what we would ask you to do. There are several leads we've been working on to get into the Sith base. Any of them should work for you, although it might be wise to concentrate your efforts on just one. The first method that's possible is to help us interrogate a Sith prisoner we managed to catch after he tried to infiltrate our base. He's being held just inside our enclave. We think he may be able to give us the passcode that the Sith give their informers to enter the base. He has proved most resilient so far. We managed to pick up a crate of blank Sith data cards, the type they use for passcards. The encryption system to unlock them is very difficult, however. But if you are more skilled than our technicians, you may be able to gain access that way. The Sith have got the Selkath to give them exclusive use of one of the main hangar bays. Visiting Sith masters use this bay to land, then take a speeder over the water to an external entrance to the Sith enclave. The luckless spy we mentioned earlier had a pass card to that hangar on him. While it is surely well guarded, it may prove to be the most direct route. Here's the card. The Sith base itself is very heavily guarded. If they became aware of your presence, I fear you would be quickly outnumbered and killed. Here is a pass card to get you inside our facility. You should find all you need to get started in there. You can choose whichever of the methods you want, as long as you get in the base and get the data recording back. Which method do you think you would like to try first?
Oh my god.
Good choice. We've been working at that for a while, but it's been too difficult so far. Maybe you'll have better luck. I wish you luck in your task. Should you retrieve the data recording from the droid, return it here to me, and we can see about getting you that information.
It's a shitty way to treat Jedi. Oh, that was wrong. We'll deal for a sec.
Acknowledge.
God, I haven't pulled him out in a while, I guess. Now what do I do with the thing? Stupid thing. Is it in my inventory? go deal with these stupid people.
I'm here.
Have you managed to... Time is...
That's not helpful. What am I supposed to do?
So, you're the one Roland has got to help us interrogate this prisoner. I hope your Jedi powers will come in useful. This one has been most resistant. He's a Sith spy we picked up a little while ago, snooping around outside trying to get in. We thought he was suspicious and brought him inside when the Selkath weren't looking. But it seems the Sith have done a pretty good job of conditioning this guy, and we haven't been able to break him yet. We're not sure exactly. If you can convince him to talk, we should be able to find that all out. The Sith protect their really important spies with some sort of mental force feedback system. They can turn their minds in on themselves, so force compulsions won't affect them. Combine this with conventional training to resist interrogation, and sometimes it takes months to get them to tell what they know. Do you want to interrogate him now? Well, the training the Sith gave him will protect him from most normal interrogation techniques, and also from force persuasion. We have found a few hooks you might find useful. He was with another man when he was first spotted. We think it was another spy, but we didn't manage to catch him. We also seized some personal documents he had on him when he was captured. It would seem that he's married to a woman named Tila. We checked this in our computers, and it seems to hold up. We've sent a couple of agents to investigate, but it may be a while. What we have here is your standard issue truth serum. It should make him spill his guts in no time. But there is a catch. Because of his conditioning, he's able to resist it at small doses. But if you give him too much, his body realizes what you're trying to do and shuts his mind down completely. If you do that, you'll have to inject him with an antidote that neutralizes the truth serum. Unfortunately, that too has a drawback. It causes short-term memory loss. This may work to your advantage because you can try the same tactic over and over again. But if you use it too much, he may forget everything we want to know. Shall we get it started then? Hey you, wake up.
What do you want? You're not. You lies. You work for the Republic.
The Sith will never trust you again, spy. We're the only place you have left. Tell us what we want to know.
But they wouldn't, would they? Ha! Worth my while. The Sith don't pay very well, but they'd kill me. Please. What? What? What?
Giving up so soon?
That's not gonna work.
I can't talk now. I've got to get this Colto loaded up before my shift is over.
So you're the one who's gonna try to get into the Sith base, eh? Huh, good luck. You're gonna need it. This is our main computer room here. We got the box of pass cards we got from the Sith, but we haven't been able to break their encryption yet. We have been able to decode the numeric system they use, but there are holes in our terminal sequence patterns. The encryption system is composed of 6 matrices. Each is based on a mathematical method. The holes we're missing are the final number in each of the strings. Most are simple, but the final 2 matrices seem to be much more difficult. Well, the second last matrix has a pattern looping back on itself, or something. And the last is divided into smaller subparts. Maybe the pattern for that is within each part. But I have to admit, all this is a bit over my head. I haven't even been able to slice past the first matrix, and I've been at this for hours. I've ruined a dozen cards already. But the good thing is we have a whole box of them, so you don't have to worry about running out anytime soon. Since Roland said you were cleared, you can use the computer freely. I'll be here if you have any questions. This is, I don't know, 9 maybe? The fuck is this? I don't know. That's obviously wrong. What the fuck am I supposed to do? What was I on? So, what did I pick? 7 or something? Let's try 8. Oh, great. Can I help you with anything? The Sith encryption scheme on these cards is we've managed to decode the majority of the encryption algorithm, but the final segments of the... If you think you're... Can I help you with anything? Okay.
I'm just gonna pick something wrong. Oh, it'll just let me pick things that are wrong? Oh my god. I didn't mean to do that. Look this up! $22, $18, $64, $2, $6, oh, $6, and $7. Fucking whatever. Oh, did I just do it wrong? What were the answers? And 7. That might have taken forever.
Have you managed to retrieve time?
Sorry, buddy, but the hotel is closed. Ever since the murder, the Selkath have made me keep this place locked up tight. Only the Selkath authorities, and those authorized by them, are allowed in. This old Republic war hero by the name of Sunry was seeing the Sith woman here, Alasa. Well, they were seeing each other, but the other night a blaster went off in one of the rooms. Sunry got seen leaving the place, and the Sith woman was dead on the floor. But not everyone thinks this Sunry did it. So the Selkath are holding him in prison, while the case gets sorted out. In the meantime, they closed down my hotel. But enough about my problems. You can't stay here while the investigation is on. You'll have to find someplace else to stay. Sorry.
Well, it is really stuck, huh? Yeah. Usually all tabbing will like adjust. Why isn't this openable? Looks like it on the map.
Yes?
This street is for Sith only. You gotta pay a 20 credit toll to walk down this street. Hiding behind the Selkath laws. Typical Republic cowardice.
We need more rules about overpowered bikes. Hookta just rides over everything. It's boring watching him.
Back off, Republic. Back off, Republic dog. You couldn't hope to compare to a real one. Hey, you working for the Republic? You look like a Republic agent. I can see the cowardice in your eyes. You think you can impress me by spouting a bunch of Jedi garbage? If it wasn't for the Selkath neutrality laws, I'd add your name to the list of Jedi I'd killed.
She's really a bitch.
Manan may not seem very hospitable, but a surprising amount of trade runs through it because of the Kolto trade.
I'm gonna spend forever just running around this hellhole, huh?
You got any armor plating for my spook bike?
Yes, I have a fine piece right here, a little dented. It's just serviceable. A real bargain at that price.
I thought this garbage was free. You actually sell this junk? You fish are a strange breed.
Get out of my store. I'm sick of you Sith and your stupid joke. I've got a real customer to worry about. I don't need you coming in here and making fun of my inventory every day.
Don't worry, junk man. When I want garbage, I'll be back.
What a rude douchebag. Are you here to mock me as a Sith, or do you actually want to buy something? I mean, I might. I'm not here to make fun of you, I'm Evenoh. Please forgive me, I have no questions with you. This makes such trouble for me and business as well. That is no excuse for my tone. I apologize. Please, let us start off on the right foot. Welcome to the used goods store of Yordo Sliss. If there's anything I can help you with, all you need to do is ask. Did I say Yordle? It sounded like Yordle. Yortal. I'd like to ask you some questions. I fear I'll be of little help in providing information given most of my time here in my shop now collecting inventory. And at night I am too exhausted to do anything but return home and sleep in preparation for the next day. I'll do my best to answer your questions, but I cannot promise to be I'm looking for some ancient ruins or possibly some type of star map. How did you come to run a junk pile or use goods? Oh, that's terrible. I know no such thing on the city. This is the only city on Earth that sees The oceans are the ancestral home of their people. If there are any ancient ruins of their culture, they will be there. Sure. I'll just look over. Oh, that's not bad. Just take a little second.
Only people who have business with... If you have a pass, why are you bothering me with it? Just go in.
Oh, that was easy.
You there. I don't recognize you. How did you get in here?
I have a pass card.
Your pass card is out of date, and I don't recognize you at all. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough. Commander Gran, report to the security desk immediately.
Oh man, I'm gonna have some bullshit.
You authorized this person to enter. I don't know them, and their identification doesn't match up. They're spies.
What? Sound the alarm! Droids, destroy them!
For real? What's happening? Oh, great.
I still got it.
How'd you like that? Let's
go! Oh my god, it's one. Oh. Oh, good. I love that it's lagging again. Awesome. So cool. My favorite. Every 5 seconds. I'm thinking I'm not going to be able to play much longer tonight without being pissed. I'm just going to check really fast. Oh my god, to fully repair him, you need 17 repair. I don't think I'm gonna make it. 10,000 credits for advanced agent interface plus 7. And then Calrissian's utility belt plus 3,000 credits. Oh my god. We have to put 2 points in there with all these other things to... Oh my god, this is insane. Oh, okay. Let's just do 2 repair and see what happens. How much money do I have? I only have 4,000 credits, so I need 13,000, did I say? 14,000? 10,000 and 3,000. Oh! How? How am I supposed to do that? This is crazy. Uh-huh.
What?
You asked for this! Never too old for this! I still got it. Now you'll get it.
How'd you like that?
I still got it. I still got it.
I want to save this. Oh, I found some Jedi. Oh shit! Oh my god, I'm glad I saved it. Because, good goddamn. Oh my god.
Ready.
This is creepy. Oh my god! What does this one do? Car can take 2 Jedi? This is not gonna work. Holy shit! I'm so glad I saved it there. 5 seconds later I get owned. Okay, we're not gonna go that way.
Warning, activating flow control may flood occupied chambers. Please ensure all receiving chambers are empty.
I think I'm gonna flood myself.
Warning, activate.
I don't know what I just did. Okay, well that makes sense.
Warning, activating.
What the hell am I supposed to get through there? Alright, so I have to go face the Jedi, or no, I could just go back around and go the other way. I like that idea. Let's go back around. I didn't check well enough for remains anyway. I could go that way too, but I have a feeling that's like a whole other thing. Oh, I guess I should have turned him on. I have shitty repair though, so I guess it doesn't matter. Did I get? You managed to retrieve the encrypted. Oh, that's the thing we need. Now I need to return it to Roland 1, so I'll tell you more about that. Okay, that's fine. While I'm here, I'm gonna do some other shit, I guess.
Let's go! Oh, shit. Oops. How'd you like that?
God. That sucked.
Yes?
Yep, you're on the floor. My bad. Can let you die a little. Oopsie. Oh, he can't
What?
move. Oh, she can't move. Cool.
What?
I'm thinking we should save. Oops.
What?
Never too old for this!
Let's go!
Did it.
How'd you like that?
Ready?
I'm here.
You asked for this! You asked for this! You asked for this!
I'm here.
Ready?
I still got it.
What now?
Holy crap.
Ready?
I'm here.
Uh-huh.
What?
Uh-huh.
This won't be too crazy. Oh, that's different. I don't think we can go this way. Well, I did just save it.
I'm here.
Oops. What was it? Why is it two things? That I might not be able to do. Oh, I understand. Okay. Security room, so security computer room. I need to deal with that. Oh, definitely something there. Oh, that might be interesting. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, that's really easy. Just press a button. No biggie. Alright, I guess we're just go deal with those Jedi. The Dark Jedi. Sith running around, basically. Did I go in here? I mean, that way? Yes, I did. What's this way? Oh, good. They knocked me out. Oh, great. It's just can't move.
Ready?
Down you go!
One.
You asked for this! You asked for this!
I still got it.
You do still got it, Jolie. Good job.
What do you need?
I don't want to talk to you right now, buddy. I love you, but no.
How'd you like that?
Now you'll get it.
What?
Ready?
Time to rumble!
I'm here.
Ready?
Oh, is it still stuck? Oh, are you kidding? It's hard to tell because I do open it sometimes. Oh, it's such a pain in the ass. Hopefully that's fixed. I'll just do it twice for good measure. Okay, that's better.
How'd you like that?
Oh.
Take that!
What the fuck?
What?
Time to rumble! You asked for this!
Oh, Jolie. Wish there was more shit here. Okay, this is... Oh, other way. I've been here, but not the other way. Oh wait, have I been here? Hold on. I did get to the other side of the pressure doors.
I'm here. You asked for this! You asked for this! Down you go!
Not this again!
Ready?
I don't really need to do this though, do I?
I'm here.
Because I already did the same computer, like it shouldn't matter. Yeah, we're done.
Uh-huh.
Whoa! Why are there so many goddamn fucking things here?
Yes?
How'd you like that? How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
Damn it! What?
How'd you like that?
Man, Croc can hold his own. Did he go all by himself? He did!
You asked for this!
On it.
How?
Done. On it. Done.
Alright, so I still have to go up this direction. Oh, that's a secondary entrance. Alright. Oh no, it did it again! The thing! Oh wait, it doesn't look like it's broken on OBS. Why is it like all scrambled looking on my laptop? Okay, I guess that's better. What? What the fuck is that sound? Where was that panel? Like, I think I've seen a couple too.
And you need?
What?
Oh my god, no.
I'm here.
I don't know. I think I've been in all these rooms though. So how do I get in that other room? Oops. How do I get up here? Training Annex. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna restore my spike. Okay, how do I get in? Are you kidding? There's no way to get in there! Oh, excruciating. Pretty sure I never liked this planet. Like, certainly this will make you want to be dark side. Like, fuck it, just everybody die. closely. Can't deal with this anymore. Wait, where's the exit? So it's just running backwards? You're there, you man. You are placed under the arrest of Auto City Civil Authority. What? Why? Though the Sith embassy here is considered sovereign territory of the Sith Empire, we've been monitoring an alarming number of weapon discharges and detonations surrounding the base. Doesn't mean I did it. Queries to the staff of the embassy yielded no response. It would seem that contact had been cut. Our cameras recorded you entering the base shortly before contact was lost in front of you. As the conclusion of the Auto City Civil Authority that you are responsible for the disturbance here. You will hereby place under arrest. You will come with us to await your trial. As material witnesses, the individuals who accompany you will be detained at your vessel, and the vessel itself prohibited from leaving your land. We will leave now. Do not attempt to resist or should resort to overwhelming force. I'm pretty sure I could heal, but okay. Greetings, I am called Wallace, and I have been selected as your arbiter for preparation of your trial. Greetings, human. Oh, I thought it changed. Okay. Arbiter. Yes, Arbiter. The one who defends you before the judges of the self-council. I will endeavor to prove that to them that you are not guilty of the heinous crimes you are accused of. Whatever the charges. You have been charged with initiating violence within the Sith, murdering members of the ambassadorial commission of the Sith Empire, and disregarding our own laws regarding violence and honesty. What can I do? I'd first like to ask you a few questions regarding the events that led to your arrest. You have already been given all relevant data on you and your companions, so that can be disregarded. For what reason did you enter the Sith embassy? I had authorization to enter. Indeed, I find that unlikely after all this, but perhaps the judges will have some decided to review. What is your prior association with the Sith? I'm on a mission to stop them from taking the galaxy. The Sith are expansionistic power, true, and that war with the Republic. You may make it your personal mission to foil them. The authorities take a dim view of its importance here. You will need a more thorough explanation in order to convince the judges. That should be all the information I require of you for now. If you wish, we can begin the trial whenever you are ready. Don't you need to ask me a question? All the information I need, we should proceed now. The judges are waiting. How can you expect to defend me without getting more information? If this trial is relatively straightforward, it should be obvious to the judges what has transpired. What was that? Okay, we'll proceed to the courtroom. You might be fucked. Oh, it's doing shit again! God! Now it's a cutscene, so I'll have no idea. She's just walking. Stand accused of the grievous murder of many Sith and extensive property damage to their embassy here. Oh, try to blow me up. How do you please? My client pleads not guilty, Your Honor. Allow him to continue or interrupt? Cool. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What is it, human? You must have a good reason for interrupting our proceeding. I'm guilty. Strongly against this course of action. You are guilty. You admit to your crime. No, I was just kidding. I don't know. This trial is to determine the culpability and punishment of this individual in the recent assaults. Given the severity of this trial, we can dispense with the normal formalities of the court and proceed directly. You have pleaded not guilty, yet there were reports of weapons fire and detonations from the police embassy. You were seen entering and leaving the embassy. The Sith have not conferred with the authorities about this matter, but from all available evidence, it would seem that you were the source of the disturbance. My client was there by circumstance and was not involved in the disturbance. I don't know. This is merely a mistake against the person who was there in the wrong place at the wrong time on legitimate. That does not seem likely, Albert. The weight of the material evidence, including those items in the defense's possession, is too strong. What legitimate business was your client involved in with the Sith embassy? The business of the Jedi Order, of course. My client, as noted on the entry transcript, is a member of said order. Oh, that's actually okay, I guess. As a member of this order, my client is above reproach. The Jedi would not have murdered so many out of spite. The Order is involved in a war with the Sith. A very messy war. It is not unreasonable that some fanatic would seek to bring that war here. My client is not a fanatic. Like a Suba pod waiting to strike when it hatches, no doubt. Please, Your Honor, that is unfair. Enough, we have heard enough. Your explanation is not good enough, Arbiter. You have failed. There is more than enough evidence to convict this criminal. Please, Your Honors, my client is mentally incompetent and unable to form complex thoughts. Please, I put my client on the mercy of the court. Your client is also empowered as that, Arbiter. I wish to dismiss my Arbiter, I guess? I don't know. Is this true? Do you not wish to return my services? I reconsidered. You may continue. Oh my god, that's the same thing. This court does not dispense in mercy, only justice. Your client will be sentenced to murder for the expedition. No, I am a Republic citizen. For the crimes you have committed against the Sith and against the laws of the Otto City Civil Authority, this court finds no alternative. You hereby sentence you to death. What the fuck? You'll be executed immediately. This court has spoken. Did I just lose? Oh my god. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? No, I'm not doing all that again. That better be the right save. Yeah. Illegal acts seem to be a common occurrence among you off-worlders. I am not terribly surprised by your actions, but the judge just wants to hear a little more convincing reason. What is your prior association with the Sith? I'm on a mission to stop them from taking over the galaxy. Yeah, okay, that was weird. I think we need a more thorough explanation than that. Do I need to ask more questions? We have all the information I need. We should proceed. The judges are waiting. If you expect me to defend me, I put this trial. Oh god. Alright, let's go, I guess. Stand accused of the grievous murders of many Sith and sensitive property. How do you plead? My claim he's not guilty. Allow to continue. Let the record show this trial has commenced. Josa, Nalashakan, Kota, and Dula. This trial is to determine the culpability and punishment of this individual in the recent assault on the Sith embassy. Given the severity of this trial, we can dispense with the normal formalities of the court and proceed directly. We have pleaded not guilty if there were reports of weapons firing and detonations from within the Sith embassy. We've seen entering and leaving the embassy. The Sith have not conferred blah blah blah. My claim was there was circumstance and was not involved in the destruction. I guess we'll allow him to Inquiry does not permit whatever. You willfully blatantly. Oh, great. Oh no. Son of a bitch! What is the answer? Hey, I just hurry up. Oh my gosh, this could go on forever. Oh, what did I just do? I don't know what I said. I don't know what I said, and I don't think I care anymore as long as we don't get executed and can keep going. Okay, please be the right answer. We will debate and adjourn to debate your story. I didn't read those, I just got mad. We reviewed your case and decided that there's not enough evidence to convict you of this crime. The provocations of the Sith are well known, and we will be issuing a memo of censure against them. Their embassy is considered off limits to all auto city security personnel. No calls or incidents from their base will be attended to until this matter is dealt with, as they are no longer subject to objections of self-cap law. When found innocent, it may leave as a desire. This trial is now over. What items did I lose?
The Republic respects the peace of Otto City, Your Honor. But the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3 soldiers in the infirmary.
If the Republic soldiers were more capable, they would not have suffered such serious injuries. Are my soldiers to be punished simply because they won a fair fight?
I hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards who attack only when they have the advantage of numbers. They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them into this fight.
Laws of threats are not sufficient provocation in the eyes of this court. Words can be ignored, which is what you're I find both the Republic and the Sith equate for this we should throw all parties involved into Otis in jail. There's no cell cap or harmed in this conflict. I wish for mercy and levy a fine of 10,000 credits to both sides. This court is dismissed, though I warn that further disturbances will not be viewed with such leniency. That is acceptable. I believe in non-legal actions and prove his innocence in court. This arbiter is a neutral party. As you are a Jedi, I believe you could fulfill this role adequately.
I suppose you're Sunry's only hope. We have to at least try to help him.
So be it. You are now appointed arbiter. But we didn't even see him.
Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious.
Also, the judges here are here to guide certain factors of this case. I feel compelled to add good luck with my friends.
Got something on your mind? What? You think because I'm a hermit, I've always been a hermit? Just because I haven't seen Sunry for 20 years doesn't mean he's not a friend. A man could have changed a lot in that span of time, though. But to become a murderer, I can't see it. That's not the Sunry I know. He was a good man. Put me up in his home for a year back after I left the Order. War hero, too. Or so I hear. I wouldn't mind helping the fellow if we can. I owe it to him. Or you can be a young monkey lizard and ignore me, I guess. Well, I don't expect much these days.
Just call me a young monkey lizard. Alright. Who's this?
Jolie, it is you. I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Alora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Alora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
Okay, that was so out of order and weird. It's just like awkward.
I can't stop to talk to tourists. I'm on Kolto packing duty.
Okay, hold on, I'll fix it.
I'm uncomfortable with spying on the Republic, but if we could assure the Selkath that they mean no harm...
We might have a position within the Sith organization for one such as you.
Your offer is pretty good, but I've heard some nasty things about you, Sith. Is it true you bombed Taris into dust?
This is war. In war, certain distasteful acts cannot be avoided. But ask yourself this, when we win the war, would you rather be against the Sith or with us?
You make a good point. And I've never turned down a job that pays up front.
Excellent. Report to the Sith Embassy tomorrow for your assignment.
So, do we have a deal?
That's an awful lot of money. Is there something you're not telling me?
Don't be so suspicious. The Republic is generous. We pay our mercenaries well.
Makes sense, I guess. All right, I'm in. When do I start?
Just show up at the Republic Embassy tomorrow and speak to our representative there. I'm sure he'll have some task he wants you to start on right away.
Alright, it looks like Morse code is streaming. I think this is where I'm going to save things and maybe stop because I am pretty tired of this. Let's make a new slot. I've got a lot of running around to do. I remember now this place is like elaborate running around. Okay, so tomorrow, I do have some stuff to do tomorrow, but I should be streaming most of the day tomorrow. Well, maybe not most of the day, but a decent amount of the day. Probably around like 3 again, or 4. And then hopefully we'll finish up this planet and head to Korriban and deal with Karth's son and finish off all the star maps then. We'll finish the star map on Korriban. I actually don't think we can do the 2 planet star maps in one day, but we'll try. Because then when I finish that, it'll basically be like the finishing stuff, go back around and probably like face Malik soon. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this game before I go away next week, so we'll see. thanks again for watching. I hope that everyone hits follow. If you haven't hit follow, check out my YouTube channel and like and subscribe if that's what you're watching it on. And make sure you check out my website, Evenoh.com. Follow me on Twitter, and I keep you updated on when I'm doing stuff. So, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna hit host for Morse Code now.